Has anyone ever won a war without being prepared for it? When a fight begins, most governments absorb young soldiers. Why? Because they're more powerful, helpful, and energetic. That's the reason why companies hire younger people these days, and for you who just wants to get a new job, interview part is a war. The real real fight among people who want that job, and you automatically participate in that fight when you send in your resume. So, to win this fight, you have to take your time, practice, and get yourself 100% ready to attack. But you can't always punch in a fight. You get hits, but if you got yourself ready, you can dodge it. And the first punch to dodge is it sounds like they really care about you and your life, but they actually don't care about how many brothers or sisters you have. They want to know what makes you the right person for this position. This question comes up in many interviews, UX or otherwise. It might sound like a simple get-to-know question, but there's more to it. What sparked your interest in UX? What experience did you have in your previous jobs or coursework that inspired you to start a career in UX design? It's okay if you don't have any previous experience working as a UX designer. Think about what UX design skills you might have used in a previous role and relate them here. This is also excellent time to express what excites you about the role you're applying for and why you think you're the best candidate for the job. Also, they could change the way they ask this question, like why are you interested in UX design, how did you get started UX design, and tell me a little more about your background. By the way, I have a full review around the topic what is UX design. It could answer all your questions. The link is down in the description. Don't forget to watch that as well. Alright, when the time passes, the fight will begin to be a little harder because you get tired. But as the fight gets harder, you need to be smarter and dodge the second punch, which is sounds weird, right? I mean, they already know what UX design is, so why should they ask it? In this question, they want to see whether you understand the value of UX design or not. When this type of question comes up, the interviewer is likely not looking for a simple dictionary definition of user experience. Instead, they may be trying to suss out your understanding of the role, like how it brings value to both customer and business. UX design is all about championing the user. Also, talk about the ways in which you keep the user at the center of the design process, user research, personas and user journey maps, and usability testing. You're doing a great job so far, but now you have to do two things. Number one, subscribe to this channel to watch more detailed video around the topics UI design, UX design and front-end development. And number two, watch out the third punch. In this question, they want to see whether you can figure out good elements of good UX design or not. Knowing why good UX is important is a thing, knowing how to design a good UX is another thing. This question digs into your knowledge of best UX practices. Recently, I uploaded a video that told you 5 routine hacks that can make you a better UX designer. Click here to watch it as well. Think of new examples ahead of time. What elements of the product, app, or website makes the user experience enjoyable? How is the design user-centric? And how do you think that impacts the company's bottom line? While the term UI and UX are sometimes used interchangeably, they represent distinct roles in product development process. Make sure you can communicate the difference between a product looking good, I mean the UI, and working effectively and efficiently, I mean the UX. If you worked with a UI or graphic designer before, this would be a good time to talk about the collaboration and division of labor. I mean, they don't have free time to spare asking you this question, so why would they waste time to ask you this? This question is all about analyzing your critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Pick a successful project you worked on in the past and walk through the steps you took. Structure your answer much like the design process itself by mentioning how you researched, designed, and validated your design decision. Avoid the temptation to answer this question in general terms. User research is a key part of the UX design process, so interviewers will sometimes want to gauge your familiarity with the process and methods. You can approach this question a couple of ways. Be sure to walk through any user research methods you've used in the past. Talk about the benefits and limitations of each method. If you have limited experience in UX design, you can also frame your answer in terms of research methods you'd like to try and why. Alright, now if you dodge this one correctly, you have pretty good chance to get the job. What is it? Part of the interview process involves figuring out what you like to work with. Can you work collaboratively? Are you able to incorporate different ideas and viewpoints into your design? Do you trust your team members with your work? Look, UX design is a highly collaborative process. Take this opportunity to talk about successful collaborations. This could be a group project or a team effort in a previous job. Look, no matter the example you choose, remember to point out your role in the group, how you overcame any challenges, what did you learn from your teammates, and how the finished product benefited from the collaboration. If you follow all these steps, you will have a high chance to get a role as a UX designer. But in the case if you want to be pretty much sure that you could be a wonderful UX designer, watch this video. In this video, I told you how exactly you should start your UX design career and so much more on. Also, if you want to stick to more tutorials, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Have a great day.